Everybody, welcome back to another live stream. So we're going to take a look at your favorite crypto coins today and do some technical analysis and fundamental analysis. I'll be on for around an hour, but let's take a look first at Bitcoin, because what we can see, let's head on over to the Bitcoin chart. Let's get my screen shared with you guys. So what we can see is that Bitcoin is now almost invalidating a critical pattern. So if you look here, we were almost trying to form this inverse head and shoulders pattern. But if let me get across to the hourly, you'll be able to see this. Here we go. We're trying to form this inverse head and shoulders pattern, but we seem to have been rejected. Like, it seems to be failing now. So in order for it to be a head and shoulders pattern, we would have wanted to see that turn around quite quickly, to be honest. So if you look at that left shoulder there, and then you've got your head, and then we would have wanted another shoulder here. Okay, so we'll need to keep an eye on that over time. Hey Payman, hey Steve, welcome to the stream. Can you hear me clearly? Let me know if there are any issues in terms of hearing me. And yes, we're going to look at Matic. I'm going to tell you all about Matic in a second, so don't worry about that whatsoever. We will be looking at Matic. So start dropping your questions in and then we'll take a look, guys. Steve, Payman, do you want to look at Matic first? Excuse me while this messes around, guys. There we go, back on our screen now. So let's take, good, you can hear me, that's good. Just having a few technical issues right now. Let's have a look at Matic then, let's do that. So Matic, we're getting a nice breakout from this cup and handle pattern, but you've got to remember, this is a long-term trade, right? This is a trade we want to be playing on the daily time frame. So you shouldn't make too many decisions on an hourly time frame when you're looking at a daily, because what this could easily do is, yes, it looks like we've got plenty of candles here breaking out of our cup and handle pattern, but we could easily get a retest, right? So what I've done is I've opened up a position. I've opened up a small position. And when it comes down to retest, I'll be building out my position a bit more. If it doesn't, I'll just start laddering in as this starts to go up. But you've seen, guys, if I go out on the daily time frame, this is a really nice cup and handle pattern. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to be definitely right. This could get thrown back in. Something could happen in the macro economy. Something could happen in terms of Bitcoin tanking, and everything will fall, right? That's the risk with altcoins. But right here, right now, what I can see and what the evidence is showing me is this is a nice cup and handle pattern. It's something we've been monitoring a while. Clear resistance here in June at this point, and same we saw in September. So the fact that we're breaking through now at this point with volume gives me good confidence that this is a good breakout from Matic. 2 4-hourly candles has broken out. Naturally, we're going to get a bit of resistance here. So don't be surprised, guys, if we get a little bit of a retest back down and then head back higher out. Okay, so that's what we're watching out for on Matic. Yeah, so Steve, to cover your question off on BTC, I think one thing to look at is a few things. I wanted to monitor here. So let's take a look at, first of all, this thing, because you can see this tweet which came out showing that leverage is still in the system. So we need to be very wary of this. We've still got a lot of leverage in the system, and that could give us a clue that maybe we're going to get a few liquidations and perhaps a retracement back down. So you can check this chart out. You can see the leverage is just starting to come back into the system and really starting to climb up. So we need to be cognizant of this. At the same time, you've got people like Plan B saying, look, we've just started the second leg. Plan B is saying the bull market second leg has just started and we got a long way to go, and he's comparing it to the run we had towards the, November 2012 to 2016, and then the 16 to 20 run, and now he's comparing our run here. So he's saying we've got plenty leg to go. But again, this is a longer term time frame, right? It doesn't mean that on the shorter term time frame we can't get a retracement down. So I'll be keeping an eye on Bitcoin on the downside. If we look at the wedge where we're at, you've got room to come down and test. I mean, you can even come back down to here, 54, or even down to 52, right? I know I'm very conservative, but these are the kind of levels that you could expect a retracement down to on this level. You've got a lot of people saying, look, we'll be able to turn back up a lot quicker, even wicking down to 58, 57. But from my point of view, even right now, guys, even with the daily candle where it is, you're still in this broadening wedge, right? So we've not actually invalidated the wedge yet, let alone looking at downwards targets for us. So we're still in the wedge. So technically, the advice I have to give you is, we're still trading around in this wedge. And it could break either way, right? It could break up to the upside. It can come back down to the downside. So we need to keep an eye on that wedge until we get a clean break from a technical perspective on that wedge. Afternoon, everybody. Please don't forget to hit that like button when you come into the room. I'll really appreciate it if all of you could hit the like. We're already on 7 likes, which is fantastic. And let's see how we get on. Can you guys hear that music in the background? Let me know if it's too loud, but it might be easier for you to chill with a few tunes in the background as well. Just found your channel, dude. Thanks for the info. It seems strange to have a British accent talking about crypto. Only found exactly, guys. You're only going to get that's what YouTube's like, right? It'll recommend stuff which is popular. So you're always going to get the same old American. And not even just the fact that it's American, you're going to get a lot of the same old perspective where it's leverage based, it's, buy bit, FEMEX, leverage trading. I'm trying to bring a different perspective to this crypto space, and hopefully a more sustainable approach is what we're trying to do here at Cape Aquatic. So thanks for joining. Do hit that like button. Any questions, drop them in the chat, guys. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jim Boss. Appreciate that. So yeah, coming back to Matic, I do want to spend some time on Matic because obviously I've opened up a long position on Matic. I keep calling it Matic, guys. That's because a footballer is called Matic in Man United, and I support Man United. So don't unsubscribe for that, any football fans. But yeah, Matic, I just want to see another good couple of 4-hourly candles here. So nice, strong daily candle. Clearly it's broken through our head and shoulder pattern, but you can see the wick. You can see how it's got rejected back down to exactly where the top of the previous wick was on the neckline. So we've got to be still a bit cautious before loading up our positions. We've got to be sensible. We've got to time these positions correctly. And the longer you can wait, the safer your entry is going to be, right? I mean, if you're riding to a price target, which we have here on Matic, all the way up $2.70, $2.80, call it, you've got a little bit of a room here to kind of be patient in your approach, right? Be patient in your entry. What's your opinion on Phantom and COTI, Maz Gaming? Yep, we'll take a look at Phantom and COTI as well. Don't worry about that. We shall look at that. Let's take a look. Actually, let's look at Link first, guys. Comment in the chat if you've seen my Link and Dot video. It's a must watch, guys. Make sure you go watch that, because anybody asking me questions about Dot, Matic, Link, check out that video. I let you know exactly what's happening with all of those and the play-by-play instructions of what we're going to do there. So chain link, I mentioned, look, we're nearly getting there to the cup and handle pattern. Red candle here today, but we've got to see some good green candles coming in, getting us to the neckline. That's really important. Steve is a United fan as well. Yeah, we won't talk about it right now, mate. Soft spot. Got beaten by the Scousers. Good old Liverpool. So Jim Boss is saying he's looking to enter in on Matic. Yeah, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea to open in a position. Like I said, just be a bit patient. Just be a bit patient on your approach. And that's exactly what I'm doing, by the way, guys. Just so everybody knows, I'm a long-term holder of Matic. Okay, it's in my portfolio. If you've watched my Altcoin portfolio video, it's a long-term hold. I don't generally trade it. It's just I really like this pattern, so I've taken a small amount of my portfolio, which I normally keep to the side to play around with my favorite trades, and I'll go ahead and I'll trade it. Okay, if I lose all of it, I'm not too bothered. But obviously I don't want to, right? I'm competitive. So we'll go ahead and trade this up and see how we get on. We're going to face some resistance, no doubt, at 1924 here. Let's see how we get on with Matic to break it. We've not had a move in a long time on Matic, so really expecting us to see if we can go and meet our price target just from a technical perspective. But naturally, guys, we have to keep an eye on the wider Bitcoin market. And if Bitcoin starts to drop down, if a bunch of longs get liquidated, then we could have a problem, right? If we break out of this wedge and really start tumbling down to 54 quite quickly, which we know can happen, right? You can get one of these kind of crazy candles, then obviously that's going to throw off your trade on any other altcoin. So please, please, please be careful and trade sensibly. Cape Aquatic says, "Don't mention United this week." I know, man. I've got to live and die by the sword. I've got a signed frame here by Cristiano Ronaldo, but clearly I've not got any room to keep that. So I'll keep the Muhammad Ali one instead for now. I'm thinking of opening up a position. Yeah, we covered that. I love how you are patient and not risky. This is what we need in this space. Yeah, guys, like I said, look, my type of advice is not going to blow up to get me 1 million subscribers, nor is that my intention. I want to give you guys, whoever's managed to find this channel, and hopefully as many people as we can, the right path into sustainable crypto. Trade safely, invest safely. That's what I want us to be able to do. And I want us all to be here in 4, 5, 6 years' time, with wealthy portfolios, building out over the long run, nice and patient, not risking everything on a meme coin or something that could do 100x. No doubt we will hit 100x's, right? I've hit 100x's on various things. It happens, but you've got to do it in a pragmatic, sustainable way, not taking out a loan, throwing it into Dogecoin and hoping you're going to be okay. That's not sustainable there. Who was Chelsea before? I was never a Chelsea fan. Always United fan. Do I have a link for the Discord? Yes, it should be in the pin comment at the top, guys. Check the pin comment in the top. Lauren, you're the best. So glad I found you on YouTube. Lauren, really appreciate that. That's really, really kind of you. Everybody watching the stream, please do hit that like button for me. Drop which coin you want to take a look at. Somebody wants to take a look at Arweave, I believe. Let's see if we can get Arweave up. Let's take a look. Oibi will have to do for the chart. A nice, clean, fresh chart. So again, guys, you remember this from yesterday. You can argue we're creating a bit of a triangle here. So we could be looking for a breakout from this triangle and potentially move to the upside. So again, a lot of altcoins are forming this pattern, and it's a great opportunity to be trading this. But it all comes down to your timing and execution of the trade, right? This is not particularly to do with how good you think Arweave is. It's just about, do we get a breakout and can we trade it to the upside? So that's what I'm seeing on Arweave. Again, it's going to be susceptible to the wider market, so please trade that carefully. Desperate Wolf, hi Giles, how you doing? I'm good. Good to see you back on the live streams, buddy. Thank you for joining again. Let's bring your favorite coins. I think Steve, do you want to look at Blocktopia, is it? Let's take a look at Blocktopia. Oh, we already have it open. That's always convenient. There we go. Oh, you're absolutely right. It's on a tear. It's on a tear. Didn't you bring this to one of the live streams earlier when it was just about here? I mean, you've got to be careful with these guys. Whenever they're new, I mean, that's an absolute tear. We have to keep an eye on it. You have to wait for a cool down. It's just like an IPO, right? I've got burnt chasing IPOs in the stock market before. You've got to let things cool off. They don't know their level. People get excited, and yes, sometimes you may miss it, but at least you'll get it at a more fair price later on. So let it settle, let the dust settle. Let's find out, what is it trading at? What's it? Do more fundamental research, build your conviction in it. And hopefully, if we get a retracement back down, that would be really good. I mean, it's very early on, but if you were to put a bit of a Fibonacci on it, if we just got if you get a kind of a retracement back down to the half level, you'd be picking it back up at 3 cents. So just be patient. High probability that it does come down eventually, and then try to rotate back up. So try to catch it on the dips. Never chase these coins, guys. Let me just pop this chat out. Please, everybody, hit the like. We've got a few people on. We've got less likes than people on the chat. Let's hit that like button, guys. I looked for your altcoin review video that you mentioned earlier today. I couldn't find it. Type in altcoin portfolio. It should come up on my channel. Search for something. Altcoin portfolio should come up. Just added COTI and link to my portfolio worth 100 quid. Congrats for adding that. Not able to join the Discord channel. What's happening, Karan, when you try to join the Discord? It should let you straight in. You shouldn't have any problems at all as long as you have a Discord account. Yes, almost bought in at 0.018, but thought I would wait. Yeah, it's better off waiting. I mean, yeah, you can buy it, but could have easily fell back down as well. So, you know, when you've got a project this early, you don't need to worry about it, because if your conviction is right in where it's going to go, then, you know, you're super early, right? Even now, if you're right in where you think Phantom's going to go, you're super early, isn't it? It's going to be a rounding error in terms of the next 5 to 6 years. What else have we got, guys? What other questions do we have on here? Let me go and take a look at. Let's take a look at what have we got here. You have to excuse me, guys. My machine is running super slow on this stream today. Yeah, let's take a look at Cardano. Cardano is that frustrating one. Are we finally getting a breakout of this triangle, guys? That's something for us to watch out for. Again, this candle here. Let's see how we get on. Let's see how that looks there. If we do, we want a clean few breakouts because it's such a volatile chart. And look at the crazy wicks on Cardano. We want to see some clean breakout before trading this. I wouldn't trade this until we get some clean indications of coming out of this. That's really important. Karen is saying the Discord link is invalid or expired. Is anybody else having that problem? Let me try this again. Is this one is it not working, this link? Should let you straight in, to be honest. Oh, my machine is so slow today. We'll close that out and carry on with what we were doing. But it should be working. Let me know if it's not. Otherwise, I'll sort it out later on and post it back out. I'll tweet it out or something so you guys can see it. Any other question, guys? What altcoins do you want to take a look at? Let me know. I'm going to head over to Phantom now because Phantom is the one we're going to want to look at. And Phantom is getting rejected at the high we saw today of $3.47-ish. Let's head over to the hourly and let's take a look at... Yeah, Jimboss, you bought in too early on ADA. You want to wait for that breakout. Like I said, the breakout's not happened yet. So if you're trading it on a short-term time frame, you're buying in a little bit too early there. You want to wait for that breakout. So you can see here, we kind of ran up right here to $3.47. What a trade, guys. Any one of you who are with me for the last couple of weeks, you would have done really well on Phantom. So comment below if you managed to have some Phantom during the last couple of weeks. And did you ride it up to the $3 price target and beyond? And as you guys know, my next price target on Phantom is $3.90. The Abu Dhabi conference is still going on. There's a lot going on in terms of Phantom. And I think we can, perhaps even with a little bit of a retrace, head back up to the $3.90 mark over the slightly longer term. Long term, like really long term, I suspect Phantom can really go far. I mean, you can compare it to the likes of Ethereum and Cardano, which Cardano doesn't have any, DeFi, or they don't have a DEX, they don't have various different things, and yet they're trading at a $70 billion market cap. So you can easily argue there's an 8 to 9x at least in Phantom, with a 9x taking you to about $27 per coin on Phantom. So definitely a lot of potential there. And I see a lot of the layer one solutions really picking up in terms of market cap with more money flowing into the ecosystem. We've got to remember there was only like 20 billion in let's check the DeFi locked stats. I don't have it open, but you can just check. If you check the amount of total value locked, I mean, it's just grown phenomenally, absolutely phenomenally, and that's only going to trend one way. Thank you for joining the live stream, guys. Please let me know what your favorite coins are, and we can take a look at those for you and comment them into the chat box. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. And let's analyze some of your favorite coins, or whichever coins you have any questions on. Lily, I'd go with Matic just because it's one I've been monitoring for longer, and it's one of those which, on a long-term basis, I'd want in my portfolio. Current says, I have one question. The S&P is increasing, but the Dow is decreasing, which is a bear signal. Is there a risk to Bitcoin bull run? There is a risk to Bitcoin bull run, but not based on that particularly. I think we got to understand that Bitcoin is correlated to any inflation reading. So if we continue to hear supply chain shortages and fears of inflation, that would drive Bitcoin to the upside. But if we get evidence that inflation is not here to stay, that could have a downward pressure on Bitcoin. Okay, so that's important to note. Any other question, guys? Please do hit the like button on your way in. Please do support the channel. That'd be really, really helpful. If we can, let's aim for more than 40 likes on this stream. That would be super, super helpful. Thoughts on one? Harmony 1 started moving, guys. I mean, as I mentioned, this was one which I kind of picked up earlier in the year. And it kind of just didn't do anything. And then it's suddenly gone running. I just opened my portfolio up and it's doing nicely. Let's take a look at it on the daily. Let's take a look at what we can see. It's just run. But you can see it's from a cup and handle pattern, the exact same style of pattern which we've just seen and which I've just placed a trade on Matic, because you're getting this a similar shape. You're coming back around here, forming your cup. You're getting a bit of a handle, and then on the breakout, it came back down, retested, and then it's gone boom. And that's what we're hoping with Link, Matic, a lot of these altcoins, because this was based on macro, right? The reason we went in this low down here was because the wider Bitcoin was not doing so great. So now you can easily expect a cup and handle pattern and then break to the upside. So one is looking good, but again, I don't know how far this can run. I'm not too sure how far this can run particularly. Do you think Matic could reach $6 this year, Jim Boss? Jim Boss asks. Let's take a look. I think that's pushing it. I think realistically for Matic is about $4. I think we'll be doing well to break our target and get up to $2.80, and then from there we can get some momentum towards the end of the year to $3.5, but maybe we could retrace back down as well. I think $6 is pushing it on Matic, but if the whole market goes on an altcoin tear, then I'd want to revise that. So definitely. Nathan saying, beautiful day so far. Appreciate the live stream and subscribe. Thank you so much, Nathan. Really appreciate that. Let's get everybody watching this to hit that like button. We've had over 60 people jumping in and out of this, so please do hit the like button as you come in. I would really appreciate that. Any other coins we want to look at, guys? A lot of people ask about Dentcoin. We looked at it yesterday, I believe. Same pattern, similar bit of a cup and handle pattern. I could see a bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which I mentioned on yesterday's stream when I was asked about it. You'd have to wait for the confirmation for that breakout. I'd want to see at least another candle coming out. We've almost got this daily candle out, and then you could potentially trade this to 0.9 cents, roughly. Now, don't be surprised again if you get a retest. If it comes back out, wants to come, check the neckline, and then head back up. You'd want to monitor that as well on Dent. Cape Aquatics, any thoughts on Chili's? I thought they were going to come back strong after great start. Yeah, again, another one with Harmony 1, where at the beginning of the year they were doing really well, and then they've just lost a bunch of momentum, and I'm not sure why. They've really kind of dropped off, and that's quite disappointing, really. So we'll just have to see how they pick up. If I hear any, I mean, for that, there's less point doing technical analysis on something like Chili's. It's all about partnerships. So we'll want to hear more partnerships. We want to hear them do better. And if they do, then that will have a positive catalyst for the coin. Steve says, I like the fact that your predictions are conservative and stable. There are so many people with wild overvalue predictions. Yeah, we've seen those, right? There's a lot of crypto channels which have grown because of false promises. Like, do you know how easy it would be for me to make streams saying, yeah, that can 10x, that can 10x, Den, yeah, that can 10x, Chili's, yeah, that's going to 10x, Matic, that's going to 10x. And people keep coming back because they want that reinforcement of that person. And I'm not going to call names out, but they want that crypto specialist to keep telling them, yeah, it can 10x. And I was around, a year ago when these channels were doing that, and it doesn't work out like that. It's not realistic, right? People at the time were saying, yeah, Chili's going to 100x. Yeah, Harmony One's going to 100x. I mean, how did that work out? People have been left holding bags for 6 to 7, 8 months. So it's important to be conservative and be smart, right? I think the best approach, and you guys will see me doing it, I don't hide anything. I'm just looking at market caps. I'm just looking at market caps and looking at the projects that are there. And I won't promise you 100x if I can't justify that coin being at that market cap. What's your thoughts on Tezos? It's a good blockchain. It's good. I've not got a position in it. And again, not necessarily because I know anything bad about it. Again, just being honest, I want to hold the coins which I have highest conviction in. I can't hold every coin. And again, we spoke about this yesterday. It's one of the mistakes a lot of newcomers make is to try to hold so many different coins. You can do really well just holding 4 or 5 solid projects, okay? So try to minimize your portfolio as best as possible. If Tezos is your high conviction, more higher than Cardano, higher than Solana, higher than Phantom, then go with that one, right? Cape Aquatics, bit of an open question, but is there a coin or token that just isn't doing as well as you thought it should, and you aren't sure why? Yeah, Cardano. But I actually do know why, actually, with Cardano. So I think Cardano is super undervalued. A lot of people laugh at me and say it's overvalued when you look at where it's at. But for me, Cardano, it should be getting out of this triangle and heading back up to $3. But that's, I believe these are the funny things, right? My perception will be based on the research I've done and the conviction I have. So that conviction is what helps me buy in these periods. Okay. Now, people without conviction are buying in these periods. And ultimately, I want these people to exist because they're going to help push the price up of the token I'm interested in. But I need to make sure I have conviction in these areas. And so for me, I understand the value of Cardano over the long term. And therefore, for me, it feels undervalued. But I understand that they've not done enough yet compared to the likes of Solana and, let's say, Phantom. But I just think they're going about it with the right approach and they're taking their time. They almost remind me of like Amazon. A lot of people were laughing at Amazon when they first started, right? Because they weren't quick out of the blocks. They were kind of doing it very slow and methodically. And that's what it reminds me of. What blue dot are we talking about, Jim Boss? Do I have a blue dot? I don't have RSI open. I've lost it. I've pressed something. Roon. Yes, we've looked at Roon. Roon's been... Is it still running? Let's take a look. So many coins to look at, guys. Yep. Roon's getting a little bit of a correction day today, which is absolutely fine. You've met your target at the top of the wedge. Which is perfect. That would have been a perfect trade if you traded this. Now your question is, okay, do you believe it's really going to go and break, first of all, this level here, which is getting rejected from between these two highs, and then head higher? Okay, so you're going to have a little bit of resistance here around 16.5, and then you've got to head to 22. So that's your question there for Roon, and it will depend on your conviction. Again, I don't have super conviction in Thorchain just yet because I haven't done my research. Doesn't mean it's great. Again, like I said, I can only be in a certain number of coins. This is probably one of those that I haven't done loads of research on, but beautiful pattern, a nice continuation pattern, and hopefully this can head higher, but you've got to check for this resistance here. Let's also take out the EMA ribbon. And you can see you've got really nice extension on the EMA ribbon now because of this move. But can they maintain it? Because they had such a long period of confusion. Bearish, bullish, bullish, bearish. You see what I mean? And now can they maintain this to head higher? That's going to be the key for Roon. Yep, Thala Network. I'm holding this as I fancy as one to get a parachain slot, but it's flying under the radar. Yep, no, it's not flying under the radar. A lot of people know about Thala, and it is in high contention for one of the parachain slots. I think that's a clever move, right? But again, this is one of... I want to keep the advice I give on this channel for broad, for everybody, not just advanced people, not just newcomers. And here, going into something like Thala, which is you're betting on something becoming a parachain slot. That is not the same advice I'd be giving someone new to crypto, right? If you're still building your wealth and you have a small portfolio, you shouldn't be looking at those things. But if you're advanced, which hopefully you're slightly more advanced. If you're looking at Thala Network and parachain slots then that's fantastic. If you've already got your HODL portfolio, you've got enough Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Cardano, and these kind of coins, and you want to put a little bit in a few Polkadot ecosystem plays, absolutely. That's the perfect way to go about it. No qualms about that whatsoever. Cape Aquatics, there seems to be a lot of people with strong knowledge, such as yourself, that have great faith in Cardano. Must be something in it. I mean, again, guys, you're going to have to really study Cardano to get the conviction. And I got the conviction by reading the white papers, watching what they're doing, listening to Charles Hodgkinson, and understanding the mission he's on. He doesn't strike me as somebody who's in a short-term ride, right? A lot of these altcoins, which even the ones we're looking at today, are in this for a short-term ride. And the important thing is, if you want sustainability, if you want to build wealth over the long run, you need to identify the projects that are going to be here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years away, because that's how you're going to build wealth, right? You don't build, if you look at stocks, you don't build wealth by buying into companies that no longer exist now, right? You want to find the Apples, the Microsofts, the Amazons, the Teslas. That's how you're going to build that wealth. And for me, maybe it's the mathematics approach. Charles Hodgkinson being a mathematician, I studied maths at university as well. Maybe I just connect with him, but I just like how he does everything from a fundamental perspective, first principles thinking. He's slow, methodical, as opposed to Ethereum. I think Vitalik is a bit more deer in headlights. He'll kind of he's very reactionary. He built everything on proof of work, and now he's trying to rotate across to proof of stake, and he makes mistakes and tries to fix things. He reminds me of Mark Zuckerberg, right? And then you get someone like Jeff Bezos, who's a bit more meticulous, takes his time, does it slowly, and I think, doesn't mean they both can't achieve. They just go about it in their own different ways. Both great founders, aren't they? Any questions, guys? Thank you for jumping on this live stream. Please do hit the like button. We're at 19 already, which is fantastic. Let's hit 40 likes, guys. Can we get us to 40 likes? Anybody who's new here for the first time, please do hit that like button. It really helps out a small channel like this and helps us to get recommended by YouTube to people who haven't watched our content before. So I'd really appreciate it if you can smash the like button. Today, specifically, we're talking about Matic because I've just entered a long position on Matic. Please be very careful. Please do your own research and your own diligence. But what I wanted to mention to you guys is we've been forming this cup and handle pattern for a very long time on Matic now, and we're getting close to breaking out through the neckline. In fact, technically we have broken it out on this daily, which is why I've placed a small amount, but I'm going to ladder in my position, okay? And the reason for that is if I switch across to the hourly time frame, you will notice that we're getting a little bit of resistance here, and it's perfectly fine, nothing wrong with that. But what I'm expecting is a slight rebounce back down to the neckline, a retest, and then we can head higher, okay? So that's really important on Matic. So I've already put some of my position in, and I'll scale this in as we go along, and I want to be riding this target all the way up to the top there, where you can see my technical targets at about $2.80 on Matic. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys have watched my video, which I posted before I came on this live stream, around Polkadot, Chainlink, and Matic. Three really important projects, three important projects which I believe should be in your long-term portfolios, but also they're making great patterns on the daily charts as well. All at different stages of the pattern, but all making great patterns nonetheless. Thank yous for the thumbs up. Guys, we're at 21 likes. Thank you so much. Keep smashing that like button. I don't want to hit any resistance. We want to keep everything as support and keep heading higher. Thank you so much, everybody. By the way, we've hit 3,000 subscribers. Now, to put that into perspective, guys, it took a long while. I was YouTubing on and off, if you go see my old videos many years ago. But just in the last 28 days, we've grown over 1,000 subscribers in just 28 days. So that's really impressive, guys, and I thank everybody here in this community for that. Please do head over to the Discord chat. I'll try to sort that link out shortly. I'm not sure why that's working, or if anybody on this chat has the link. Steve, if you're in there and you can grab the link, please do paste it here so we can get everybody into the Discord, because that's where we can really start building out this community and make sure we're helping each other out. So thank you everybody for subscribing. Really do appreciate that. Please do smash the like button so we can continue to build some wealth and do it sustainably, right? At the end of the day, that's what we want to do. So ching ching, ching ching ching. Let's take a look at Algorand, because Algorand is something I'm long on as well, on a bit of a short trade. And look at my diagram, guys. I've even left it in there. You can see, if I move, you can see just there that we broke out of this wedge, and you can see that I drew that I was expecting from here it to go up and then retest, and it's done exactly that. And hopefully now we just get that bounce. We got a green hourly candle there, which is really good. Let's get a good couple of green candles and start bouncing out, because on the wider time frame, our target on Algorand is sitting pretty from this big purple pattern at all-time highs of $2.76. Okay, so big move incoming here from Algorand. Obviously, you got your risk to the downside. Please do your own risk, own research. But we've obviously come out of this channel, broke to the upside. We're getting a little bit of a retest, and I'm just hoping we can bounce off of the top of that yellow wedge and use that as a support to push on. That'll be really important here for Algorand. Let's take a look at Kodi as well. No Signal says sub Awan, new subscriber here. Thank you, No Signal. Really do appreciate it. You can call me Jazz, Ijaz, whatever you want. And maybe you guys can come up with a cool name for us in the channel, because we need a name for this community. What should we call this community? Let's come up with some ideas and throw them around in the Discord, because we need to make some noise. We need to help all these other crypto community hear about us and what we're doing over here with this British accent. So let's take a look at COTI. We've got to remember we're in this cup and handle pattern, right? So if I zoom out, and for those of you who are watching my videos, you're probably fed up of me saying this, but it's really important that we zoom out and see what we've formed. And you can see we formed this massive cup into the handle, break out the handle, rejected, and now we've been testing the neckline. Okay, so now what's really important is that we get this bounce. And you can see here we tried. If I zoom in here, you can see we had this 4-day period where we really did try to bounce from the bottoms, and then we got sent back down again, and now we got two really strong green candles, and it looks like we're creating some nice higher lows. So let's head over into the 4-hourly candles to see if that's true. And let's zoom out. Nope, we don't want to reload the page. And let's take a look. So there we go. So you can see we had this downward trend, which we broke out of, and we met the target perfectly at the top of the wedge. And again, guys, you can see where traders are taking their profits, because the profit you take here is at the top of the wedge, and you can see everybody doing that, which is why you're getting a wick down. But we need to build a new, stronger candle up, head on higher, and it's not going to be easy because our next resistance levels are sitting up here. First, you're going to get a little bit of a fight at about 56 cents, but more importantly for us is the 59-cent mark. Okay, so COTI, look, coming up strongly as we speak. Let's keep pushing this higher. We need to go and test the 59-cent mark before we head to 66 cents. And if we can do that, then we've not invalidated our cup and handle pattern. Now, please remember, the reason we're struggling / going sideways on COTI is, one, we've had crazy runs up already, right? We're still bullish. So anybody telling me that, you know, this is a rubbish coin, not really, right? I mean, if you look at where we've come just here, we've not even penetrated our EMA ribbon. We've not lost the EMA ribbon. We've not flipped bearish whatsoever. This is still very bullish. Two green candles now, bouncing off this EMA ribbon. If we can get a third one tomorrow at about here, that's really going to be a nice pattern for us coming back up to test all-time highs. Live Signal, do you often do live streams? We've been doing them daily over the last week or so, so I do try to get on as often as possible. Obviously, if you see my channel, I'm posting like 3 or 4 videos a day, so it gets super tiring, but we do try to jump on live as often as possible, guys. Head over to my Discord so we can discuss, you know, different timings. I post there when I'm heading live, and you guys will know what's going on. Guys, we're on 23 likes right now. Can we please smash that like button? Anybody who's not liked, please hit the like button so we can get to 40 likes on this stream. 40 likes for all these great trade signals, guys. If you traded Phantom with me Hit that like button. Comment below if you traded Phantom with me. Comment below if you were on Solana with me. And even if you're on Sheeb, by the way, guys, I know I joke around, but look at Sheeb. If you traded this on my signals, you would have made a crazy profit on Sheeb. Let's go into the hourly chart. I mean, you had your first triangle in the purple, which I showed you. I mean, we've been tweeting out about that as well. We've been putting it in the Discord for those there. But then we since had this second triangle pattern, which has gone and met its target as well, guys. So you can see there, the target on the white line perfectly met the target, and now it's going to go consolidate. But look at that trade, guys. Quick, easy trade there, and you could have been doing all right there, couldn't you? Let's get the measured move actually. So if you traded it from the breakout, easy 20% on your money without any leverage. Okay, so there you go. And if you traded the one earlier, which we gave you, you would have had the trade from here. That's another 50%. So you can make 50% and then another 25 odd percent in just 2 trades, guys, on just Shiba, right? In and out, and you're good to go. So if you're more experienced, that's the kind of plays you could be making through the videos we're making here on this channel. Guys, any other coins? Drop me your favorite coins in the chat and we can take a look at them. I'm going to stay on for another 5 or so minutes. So get your questions in. Let's cover off whatever coins you want to take a look at. If I've missed any questions, please do ask them again, guys. There's quite a few of you in and out of this chat here today, so it's getting more and more difficult for me to catch all of them. Oh, let's take a look at Ethereum as well. Not had a look at Ethereum for a while. It's done really well. It stayed above 4100, which is really good. You can see we created this double bottom pattern target. You can see we hit a bunch of resistance, and we've kind of just been hobbling around here now. Now the worrying thing is you could be getting a bearish pattern now to the downside, but it's just been hovering along quite nicely, to be honest, on Ethereum. Maybe looking to see if it can build some support. Let's take out the EMA ribbon. Yeah, Ethereum's just having a confusing one on the hourly chart. Let's look on the 4-hourly chart. And it's fine on the 4-hourly chart. So you can see that on the 4-hourly, Ethereum's kept its momentum. You can see that our larger daily target. And guys, again, if you traded this with me, let's look at this on our daily target together. You remember I told you before even this right shoulder was formed. So we're going back into early October that we're forming this head and shoulders pattern. On the breakout, you could be trading this to our target now. First of all, you could have traded it up to the wick here, and had you had your take profit order, you could have exited at 4375, but still our price target at the top remains 4,500 on Ethereum. Now, if you've watched my channel, you know my longer term target for Matic is sitting, for Ethereum is sitting much higher than that. If I show you on the weekly, you will see that we are sitting at 6,000. Okay, so I don't think we're going to get there straight away. We've got to break through the level which we're struggling at right now. We've got to get to our target of 4,500, maybe come down, consolidate a little bit. So head up to 4,500, come back down, collect some support, maybe at the previous all-time highs. Similar story for Bitcoin, and then head on higher, try to get to 5,000, and then maybe consolidate, and then head back up. Okay, so that's the kind of what we expect to see from Ethereum over the slightly longer term. Over the shorter term, we're still on our head and shoulders pattern, still heading well towards our price target on that move, okay, on Ethereum. Any other questions, guys? Going to head over to the chat for the last time. If you have your questions, drop them in here. Jimbo says never financial advice. Everybody, 26 likes. Can we get 4 more? 4 more likes. Let's get to 30 at the very least. We've been averaging 30 in all our live streams over the last few days. So please get us to 30 likes on this stream. That'd be super helpful. If I had £100, you even got my currency right, to drop onto something right now this minute to play with, what would it be? Nothing. See, I don't like questions like that because it's almost like, it's a gambling question. And I don't gamble here. I invest. And I trade. Right now, if I had $100, I'm putting it on Matic, right? I've told you, I've just scaled up a position on Matic. and I'll continue to enter that on the trade. But to have that question of, I just want to throw 100 somewhere and hope it doubles or triples or 10x's, that's not what we're doing here, guys. Come on. If you have 100 and you're not sure what to do with it, buy a little bit more Bitcoin, right? Do that every time you have a spare 100. Before you know, you have £1,000 of Bitcoin. Do it again, you have £10,000 of Bitcoin. So let's be smart here, guys. Current PancakeSwap. I like PancakeSwap. I mean, it's used a lot. The problem is that when it was going on a good run was when Binance was having its good moments, because you had Ethereum and the gas fees on Ethereum were crazy. And then people started using Binance Smart Chain with PancakeSwap. Now, the issue here is you're getting so many different AMMs on different blockchains now that people have a lot of choices. So it doesn't mean that PancakeSwap is bad. It just means that there's so many different places that people can swap their currencies right now. You've got SushiSwap, you've got AnySwap, you've got SpookySwap on Phantom. You've got so many other ones, right? So let's be careful there. Ad says the Matic ETH chart looks exciting. Good. I mean, I'm looking at it in US dollars, but I can assume it's looking good versus ETH as well, because ETH has been fairly flat, if not slightly down today. Right, guys, so if we have no more questions, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. So look out for my videos. Make sure you've watched my Phantom video today, the one I've made previously of when to enter if you've not entered, and also the price target on that trade. Be sure to watch my Polkadot, Link, and Matic video if you've not watched that. Go ahead and smash the like button on there and like that. Leave me a comment as well, and I'll get back to you. And later on today, I'll be posting another video going into some in-depth points around the fundamentals of why I'm so bullish on Phantom. Not as a trade. Obviously, you guys know I'm trading it, but I'm also holding the majority of it. And for me, why am I so bullish on it? Why do I talk about Phantom so much? We're one of the few channels here that talk about Phantom so much, and we've been proven right in this latest move. So if you appreciate that, when that video comes out and you get the notification for that video, please smash the like button on that video so everybody can start to see it. Make sure you enjoy it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the video, and let me know what else you think about Phantom 2. Please, everybody, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. If you've not joined the channel as a member, if you want to support the channel, there's a join button. If you want to give some spare change over there, you can help support the channel. You get a badge next to your name, and it just shows that you support the channel. Head over to the Discord channel as well, where you can speak to the community and ask questions. I'll post that Discord channel it'll be in the link in the pinned comment of the next video, and we'll see you in the next live stream, guys. Thank you for joining. Take care. Bye bye.